What if I told you billionaires do not run to Dubai or Mykonos when they want peace? That is where people go when they want to be seen. The real ultra-rich move in the opposite direction. They do not chase louder beach clubs, gold cappuccinos, or hotel lobbies full of influencers doing slow walks in fresh Jordans. They chase silence. They chase empty space. They chase places where the staff knows your name, but the world does not know you arrived. Because once money stops being a problem, crowds become the problem. So here is the strong question. If you could afford any destination on Earth, would you choose the place everybody is posting from, or the place nobody can even find? For normal people, luxury travel means famous names. Dubai, Monaco, Aspen, Mykonos, the Hamptons in July, Miami when every restaurant has a 2-hour wait and one salad costs like a car payment. Those places are expensive, beautiful, and full of status. But they are also crowded. And for billionaires, crowded luxury starts to feel like a very expensive trap. Imagine being so rich that even your vacation needs a security plan. Dinner is not just dinner. It is a reservation under a fake name. A beach walk is not just a beach walk. It is a possible paparazzi photo. A hotel lobby is not just a lobby. It is a room full of people pretending not to stare while absolutely staring. That is why privacy has become the biggest currency in elite travel. Not champagne. Not marble. Not a suite with 17 pillows. Privacy. The ability to disappear without explaining where you went. And the first escape proves that real luxury does not need to shout. Destination number 1 is a man in Bhutan, especially Ankara. Bhutan already feels different from the usual billionaire playground. It is not designed for mass tourism. The country keeps travel controlled through a daily sustainable development fee, which creates a different kind of travel environment. This is not a place built for cheap crowd tourism. It is built around culture, nature, and a slower way of moving through the world. That alone explains why it attracts people who want real peace. Not fake peace where the resort says wellness, but there is a DJ at the pool by noon. Actual peace. The kind where your phone feels too loud. Ankara takes that feeling and turns it into a full luxury journey. It is not one giant resort packed with guests. It is 5 lodges spread across Bhutan's valleys, including Poro, Thimphu, Punakha, Gangti, and Bumthang. So the luxury is not just the room. It is the movement through forests, monasteries, mountain roads, quiet villages, and valleys that look untouched by the modern flex economy. This is where the ultra-rich go when they are tired of obvious luxury. In Dubai, you can get gold coffee. In Bhutan, you get mountain silence. In Mykonos, you hear champagne bottles popping. In Bhutan, you hear prayer flags moving in the wind. One says, "Look how rich I am." The other says, "Please leave me alone." And for billionaires, that second sentence is priceless. A billionaire can walk into Bhutan wearing a watch worth more than a small house, and the mountain still becomes the most important thing in the room. That is rare. Most luxury places worship wealth. Bhutan quietly ignores it. For a USA viewer, think of the difference between Times Square on New Year's Eve and a cabin in Montana where your phone barely works. One is exciting. The other lets your brain breathe. Now imagine that Montana cabin has a man-level service, Himalayan views, and a guide who can take you to a cliffside monastery before breakfast. That is not just a trip. That is ego detox with better bedding. But mountains are only one way to escape the noise. Some billionaires want a place where the ocean itself becomes the front gate. Destination number 2 is private islands in Fiji. Fiji is already dreamy, but the ultra-rich are not flying across the world to stand in a buffet line next to a guy arguing about resort Wi-Fi. They go for islands where access is controlled from the water. One example is Dolphin Island, Fiji, a private retreat available on an exclusive use basis for a very small number of guests. And this is the whole point. A private island does not just offer a nicer beach. It removes strangers from the story. No random tourist wandering past your villa. No influencer blocking the breakfast view with a tripod. No loud bachelor party yelling in the pool like they just discovered beer. If someone is on the island, they belong there. That sentence alone is what the ultra-rich are paying for. A normal luxury hotel says, "Here is your room." A private island says, here is your world. The beach, the staff, the schedule, the food, the boat, the silence, all of it can be shaped around you. For Americans, imagine trying to relax in Miami during spring break. Then imagine replacing the crowd, traffic, club noise, and packed restaurants with a private patch of Fiji where the loudest thing is the water. That is the upgrade. Not just better service. Fewer people. And it is also a quiet status symbol. Posting from a famous resort says, I can afford this. Disappearing to a private island says, I can afford not to be found. But here is where elite travel gets even more interesting. Some ultra-rich travelers no longer want privacy that looks polished. They want privacy that feels wild. Destination number 3 is the unmarked eco-lodge, the remote wilderness camp, the place that almost hides from the map. A strong example is Shinta Mani Wild in Cambodia's cardamom rainforest. This is not a normal hotel check-in with a lobby candle and a cold towel. It is a jungle camp with luxury tents, and guests can arrive by zip line over the forest canopy. That sounds less like a hotel and more like James Bond taking a wellness break after a rough week. But that is exactly the attraction. The ultra-rich have already seen marble. They have already seen infinity pools. They have already eaten tiny food from huge plates. What impresses them now is rarity. A remote eco-lodge gives them something a normal luxury resort cannot, a story. I stayed in another 5-star hotel, sounds boring. I slept in a luxury tent above a river in the Cambodian rainforest and arrived by zipline, sounds like something people at dinner actually stop to hear. And there is another layer. Eco-lodges let luxury feel meaningful. It is still expensive. Let's not pretend billionaires are out there surviving with Walmart bug spray and gas station trail mix. But the framing is different. It feels less like showing off and more like entering a protected world. That is the new elite formula. Hide the comfort inside nature. Make the room beautiful, but make the location difficult. Make the service perfect, but make the entrance feel secret. Once you understand these 3 escapes, you realize the destination is not really the product. The product is separation. Bhutan separates them with mountains and culture. Fiji separates them with ocean and private access. Remote eco-lodges separate them with jungle, distance, and mystery. And all 3 sell the same feeling: nobody can bother you here. That is the difference between rich travel and ultra-rich travel. Rich travel adds more. More rooms. More lights. More menus. More attention. Ultra-rich travel removes things. It removes crowds. It removes noise. It removes waiting. It removes the stranger who recognizes you, the phone camera pointed your way, the table too close to yours, and the feeling that your life is always being watched. At the very top, peace is not cheap. Silence becomes premium. Isolation becomes the real flex. That is why billionaires do not always choose the obvious places. Dubai is impressive. Mykonos is beautiful. Monaco is iconic. But those places are visible. And visibility is not the same as rest. The ultra-rich go where luxury turns invisible. A Himalayan lodge. A private Fijian island. A rainforest camp with no loud sign at the entrance. These are not just vacations. They are escape routes from the modern world. So maybe the richest travel dream is not a gold elevator or a yacht party after all. Maybe it is waking up somewhere nobody can interrupt you. No crowd. No camera. No performance. Just clean air, quiet water, soft light, and the rare feeling that for once, the world cannot reach you. And if you want to know the hidden places where old money families disappear for months without anyone noticing, like and subscribe.